The Caribbean sun blazes on calm waters until silence is broken by the hunt. A small boat packed with $13 million in drugs drifts into the path of a U.S. Navy destroyer. The smugglers believe they can slip by unnoticed. They're wrong. Radar locks in, engines thunder, and the stage is set for a clash between a cartel crew and America's steel giant of the sea. What unfolds next is a test of nerve, skill, and survival. May 25, 2025. A Navy P-8 Poseidon patrol plane scans the waters. Then contact. A nameless vessel, no flag, no AIS signal, crawling along one of the world's busiest smuggling corridors. Alarms fire up the chain of command. Within moments, the guided missile destroyer, USS Gravely, is on the move. Its mission: stop the threat before it can ever reach U.S. shores. On deck, Coast Guard Law Enforcement Detachment 401, a specialized boarding team, is locked and loaded. They train for one thing: turning suspicious vessels into evidence. Precision and timing rule everything out here. Every choice could be the difference between order and chaos. By dawn, Gravely's radar tracks the ghost ship. No response to hails. No sign of life. Silence. The most dangerous signal of all. Orders snap across the deck. Engines ignite. Intercept immediately. Small RHIB boats roar toward the suspect vessel. The boarding team grips M4 carbines and boarding gear. Eyes locked on the mystery ahead. From the bridge, officers calculate every detail: speed, distance, wave height. One wrong move could spark a deadly standoff. Strangely, the smugglers don't flee. The boat just drifts, quiet as a tomb. But seasoned sailors know better. Out here, silence hides secrets. Closer now. The Navy RHIBs block any escape. Commands thunder. Identify yourselves. Prepare to be boarded. Still no reply. Boarding line secure. Boots hit the deck. The vessel feels abandoned. But signs of tampering tell another story. Fresh paint, false flooring, and hidden seams reveal the truth. Smuggling compartments packed with contraband. Every hatch opened raises the stakes. The threat isn't just drugs. It could be armed resistance waiting in the shadows. Lookouts on Gravely scan the horizon for accomplices, while helicopters stay primed to strike. Tension lingers with every creak of the hull. But in the end, training and vigilance cut through the deception. The cartel's ghost ship is exposed. Its multi-million-dollar haul stopped cold before reaching shore. This is why the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard patrol these waters. To remind traffickers that no vessel, no matter how quiet, truly goes unseen. The ocean was calm, too calm. Then a lone vessel appeared on the horizon. It wasn't fishing, it wasn't moving. It dropped anchor and waited. That silence spoke louder than any signal. Smugglers don't stop unless something big is at stake. And tonight, the Navy was about to find out just how big. The RHIBs hit the water, slicing forward like blades on glass. Two boats, fast and focused, closing in. Overhead, Gravely loomed. A silent guardian. Radios buzzed. Orders came sharp. Steady approach. Weapons ready. Eyes everywhere. Every sailor knew this could flip from routine to deadly in seconds. By the time they reached the suspect vessel, 3 men stood frozen on deck. No nets, no fish, no movement. Just stiff faces and nervous eyes. Real fishermen don't act like that. These men weren't working the sea. They were hiding from it. U.S. Coast Guard, prepare to be boarded. No fight. No words. Just silence. The boarding team climbed aboard. Rifles lowered but nerves tight. Every step was muscle memory. VBSS in action. Search, clear, seize. Clues surfaced fast. Loose stacks, fresh paint, sealed holds. Then the jackpot. A canvas tarp, heavy plastic, duct tape bricks. 19 bundles stacked tight, stamped with a green S. One cut open, and the truth spilled out. Cocaine. A fortune's worth. For the boarding team, that was just the start. Every mark, every seal told a story. Cartel networks, blood money, violence waiting inland. But here on the open sea, it ended. Evidence bagged. Compartments scanned for traps. Every step recorded, airtight for court. Meanwhile, Gravely scanned the horizon. Smuggler support boats could be out there, waiting. Helicopters stayed ready. On the bridge, officers tracked waves, weather, and signals. No chances. Not tonight. The suspect stayed silent, eyes down, as the crew logged serial numbers, photographed seals, and traced the vessel's ID. By the time the cocaine was weighed, 860 pounds, worth $13.65 million, the mission was sealed. Another cartel shipment stopped cold. No cheers. No victory dance. Just quiet pride. Because this wasn't luck. It was planning, discipline, and teamwork. Out there somewhere, a cartel boss was counting on this shipment. Instead, he got nothing. The sun beat down on the deck as the final bales were lifted aboard Gravely. Each one wasn't just evidence. It was a message. The funnel is never blind. The ocean has eyes. And if you run this route, the U.S. Navy will be waiting. It's easy to think the hardest part is chasing down smugglers on the open sea. But once the suspects are in custody and the drugs are hauled aboard, the real battle begins on paper. First comes the chain of custody. Every bale must be logged with exact weight, markings, and condition, down to the gram. One misstep, one missing photo, can unravel months of work. Sailors record everything under strict supervision, bagging samples in tamper-proof containers, marking them with time, date, location, and witness names, all backed by body cam footage. The paperwork feels endless, but it's what transforms a bust into a conviction. The suspects, zip-tied and photographed, aren't interrogated on the ship. That's for prosecutors ashore. The Navy's job is simple: secure and transport. Their priority is custody and safety until handover. Next comes the transfer. The Navy coordinates with U.S. authorities, DEA agents, or regional coast guards with jurisdiction. Suspects and contraband are often moved at U.S. ports like Puerto Rico, where federal courts can take over. Every step, escort routes, timing, sealed evidence, must be airtight. At the same time, intelligence officers and engineers inspect the seized vessel. Hull numbers, engines, ownership papers. Was it stolen? Rented under a false name? Linking that boat to past sightings can help dismantle entire networks. Nothing is left unchecked. Most headlines only show the bales stacked on a deck. But what really hurts cartels isn't the flashy takedown. It's the discipline that follows. From the moment a boarding team steps onto a smuggler's boat, body cams roll. Cargo is photographed from every angle. Each package goes into tamper-proof containers, labeled with GPS coordinates, time, and witness names. Even the weather and sea conditions are logged. It may sound excessive, but in court, that detail can mean the difference between a conviction and a case tossed out. This operation was no accident. It was part of Campaign Martillo, Spanish for hammer, a multinational effort launched in 2012. Its mission: crush drug routes across the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific before shipments ever reach shore. The strategy is simple. Hit them hard and hit them early. Smugglers think they're safe once they clear South American waters. Campaign Martillo proves them wrong. Ships like USS Gravely are central to the mission. An RHIB-class destroyer, designed for war, doubles as a floating interdiction unit. Its radar scans hundreds of miles of ocean, while patrol planes like the P-8 Poseidon feed in infrared imagery in real time. But technology is only part of the equation. Coast Guard teams aboard bring the human expertise, trained to spot hidden compartments, false hulls, even staged engine failures. When the call comes, detection to boarding can unfold in under half an hour. On deck, coordination is everything. Encrypted comms link destroyers, patrol planes, nearby cutters, and shore command. Live satellite feeds track targets and weather shifts. Roles are crystal clear. The Navy secures. The Coast Guard boards and processes evidence. Intelligence officers build the bigger picture. Chains of custody start the moment contraband is spotted, and don't end until it's locked away in a courtroom-ready vault. The bigger picture? Every seizure weakens the cartels. Gravely's 860-pound haul may sound like just another bust, but for the traffickers, it means rerouting, higher costs, and riskier operations. Over time, these hits add up. Campaign Martillo isn't about one victory. It's about the ripple effect, making smuggling dangerous, expensive, and less profitable, while protecting communities from the violence and addiction those drugs bring ashore. Behind every dramatic takedown is a grind few ever see. The endless logs, the hidden compartments checked, the evidence tagged under blazing sun and salt spray. That's the part that truly breaks the cartels. Not just the chase, but the discipline that follows.